Hey yo, what's going on with the viewers of the tube? Tyler here, chicocrypto, not live, not in my normal studio, but out in nature once again. Great to see everyone. I know I've been gone a couple of days, so I wanted to do a candid video and talk about, of course, the crypto markets, which we'll get into in a second, but I really just wanted to focus on what's going on with me and why I've been gone. So if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, past 4.5 years, and especially over the past 6 months, you know that I have been battling a pretty significant bout of depression. It's been getting harder as time goes on, and I think a lot of it has to do with how I run this channel. I put effort into this like no other. I research a ton, and I spend all my waking hours basically doing something with the channel, researching social media, helping put together content for the editor, just anything you can think of, you know, I am doing it for the channel. And it's really, you know, affected me. So these actual candid videos, they help a lot. And over the past 2 days, I went into a dark spot. I actually couldn't even get out of bed since Sunday, and I was there till Tuesday. It was awful, you guys. I mean, just completely awful. I do not want to do that again, and I actually have been trying an experimental therapy for my depression. I've tried, you know, the typical talking to your therapist. I've tried the medications, the antidepressants. Those aren't good. They have made me felt like a zombie, and I've tried multiple ones on multiple occasions, and I stuck it out too, you know, I really tried, and didn't work for me. So I am actually doing a ketamine therapy. I'm actually on I've done 3 infusions so far. My next one will be my 4th, and my 3rd one, you know, which I did just yesterday, it extremely helped, you guys. It really pulled me out of a dark spot. And that is why I really want to talk to you guys about what's going on. I may be restructuring this channel and doing some crazy things here soon, because I do need to really find myself, my purpose, besides just crypto content and creation. Now, I love content creation. I love how I can research and put forward, you know, some stuff that others don't in the space. A lot of people in the crypto space are just surface level, you know, they talk about what's on the surface. I try to dig a lot deeper, and I hope you guys appreciate that. But it's weird, you know, the Bitcoin price, you know, I started feeling, you know, the depressive symptoms coming on last week, and they really hit me on Sunday. By Monday, as you guys know, the crypto markets took a dump. And this happened actually last time when I had a really bad bout of it around May, early June. The markets took a dump then. I was feeling already bad before the markets took a dump. And I'm like, do these markets follow my brainwaves? But enough about, you know, me and my pity party. I don't want you guys feeling bad for me. I want to talk about crypto and, you know, the crypto markets. Of course, Bitcoin, you know, is having that dumpster. But, you know, altcoins, they are doing well. And I don't want to ruin, you know, tomorrow's content, really talking about the coins that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, because I do have regular content coming tomorrow, you guys. But I want to talk about Ethereum and the Ethereum competitors. If you look at the top altcoins today, it is, you know, Ethereum competitors surging. Algorand, IOST, all these, you know, supposedly super fast, providing cheap, you know, transaction blockchains are the ones surging, and especially the ones that have an EVM bridge. You know, they can bridge back to Ethereum super easily, so people can trade their assets, you know, move over the bridge and finally trade for cheap. I don't hate on the Ethereum competitors because I get why they're surging, you know. Ethereum's fees are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, make a swap on Uniswap, it's an average price of $100 right now. So unless you're a large whale, you know, a large whale, you know, you're transacting $10,000 per trade or more, it's not worth it to transact on Ethereum. If you're just a small average trader, you know, and you're making a $50 trade, $100 in fees, that just doesn't make sense. So I do get why the others are surging, but I don't like the fact that they are surging, because And I'm not going to invest in them, because if you guys have watched me for any amount of time, I'm a true decentralization head. A lot of these other blockchains, the reason they are able to put out the high TPS and the low fees is because they are centralized. They are controlled by a small number of nodes. And that is the reason for the cheaper transactions. So, I mean, Solana. I mean, people want to try to say that's decentralized. It's not, you guys. It is controlled by a small subset of node. Any of these blockchains, Algorand, I mean, that are, you know, promising fast transactions, low fees, there has to be a trade-off from centralization to speed. And there goes the security. I mean, a lot of these blockchains, you know, if it's Solana's foundation, you know, controlling the nodes, they're probably not going to run off with all that money. I mean, if they did, you know, run off with that, there's people, you know, that could come after them and, you know, punish them, you know, regulators. So, I mean, the probability of that happening isn't high, but again, there is a probability of that. And, you know, once it does get up into the billions, which it already is with something like Solana, you know, billions and billions of dollars TVL and other blockchains out there, I mean, the temptation for some of these centralized nodes and counterparts becomes a little too much to handle. So again, I am predicting, you know, that one of these centralized blockchains, I don't know if it's going to be Solana, it's going to be Elrond, it's going to be Binance Smart Chain, is going to run off, you know, with a large amount. So right now, chicocrypto is predicting that there will be a $1 billion hack or more on one of these more centralized blockchains. And it's probably going to be an inside job. I mean, we saw with Poly Network and, you know, their cross-chain interoperable platform, there was an over $600 million hack. Of course, that wasn't directly tied to a single blockchain. It was more tied to the Poly Network code and a guy who figured it out. But still, there is the possibility that this does happen on one of these blockchains. And I do predict it's going to happen. Maybe not this year, but actually probably this year. But in 2022, most likely. And I mean, talking about, you know, 2022 and $1 billion hack, I mean, that could be one of the things that sets off the bear market. Of course, Bitcoin controls, but if there is a large, you know, Solana, Elrond, you know, type of exposure, you know, centralized node runs off, you know, with a lot of money, and it maybe even causes a chain split, you know, that could be the reason for a bear market. I'm hoping not, but it could be one of the reasons. So let's talk about Ethereum though. You know, a lot of these, I mean, the use case, the competitive advantage that these blockchains really have is the, you know, fast speed, low transaction fees. Well, Ethereum has layer 2 options coming, and big layer 2 options that are already here. There's Arbitrum and there is Optimism. And they are both live. Optimism in a more developer-only type mainnet. I mean, you can use it, but they're only allowing certain applications. It's not just open for anyone. Arbitrum was open for all developers and projects to build on, and now it's open to the public. And a lot of people, I mean, and already within, you know, the first week of Arbitrum being live, it already has more TVL than the Lightning Network, which is pretty spectacular, and it's only going to increase. But a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to use, you know, Arbitrum or Optimism because you transact over to them and you gotta wait 7 days to withdraw your funds. You know, no one wants to wait 7 days, you know, for a withdrawal. Well, that is because it is decentralized. So any other chain, you know, that provides withdrawals in 20 seconds, instant, 30 seconds, it is a centralized chain, side chain. That's the total reason for it, you guys. I mean, if you see that, you know, there has to, with Arbitrum and Optimism, the 7-day withdrawal period is part of the decentralization. Now, there are, you know, some protocols, some options being built that are going to allow, you know, quicker withdrawals. And there's also the HOP protocol, which is going to allow withdrawals from layer to layer. So you don't even have to touch the Ethereum mainnet soon. You'll be able to go from Optimism to Arbitrum to Polygon and transact back and forth across layer 2s. And once this, you know, kind of infrastructure is built around Ethereum, the use case for a lot of these Ethereum competitors goes out the window. So you guys, again, I just want to, you know, relate to you guys that Ethereum is the one. There is a reason all these chains are building bridges back to them, because that's where, you know, DeFi lives and the liquidity lives. And Ethereum is not going to stumble. Some of these will, you know, fight and create use cases and build up communities on top of them, but it's going to be nothing like Ethereum. I'm scooping up Ethereum. I'm staying away from the others. But that's just my personal choice, because I'm a fan of decentralization. So stay decentralized, guys, and tune in for tomorrow's video. Hint, I got big news for 2 altcoins. Big news. Under the radar news, and news that's kind of known. The coin that, you know, the news is kind of known is up over 100% today. So again, you guys, cheers, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.